Today, my Instagram DMs were soiled with a story of a pathetic person taking advantage of, real family pain and suffering just to get some attention, just to get some quick, easy money. And it's really disappointing and disgusting, but it's a very interesting story nevertheless. So with that being said, let's get into it, and let's call the subscriber who sent in today's story. Let's call her Kate. So Kate's in her final year of high school, and there's this girl in Kate's grade, and we're going to call her Audrey. So anyways, right, one of these days, Kate is noticing that Audrey is, because not showing up to class. Kate and Audrey have, a class together, and in high school, it's, at least in her high school, no one ever skips, and if they skip, they're sick for like a day or something, and then they make up the work. But Audrey's not coming in for multiple days at a time. And Kate doesn't really think anything of it. However, it is a little bit weird since people normally don't not show up. God, I can't speak English. Don't not show up. Normally people show up. Jeez, Connor. So Kate really doesn't think anything of it until she goes home one day when Audrey wasn't there for like the 7th day in a row or something. And she goes on her Instagram, and she's following Audrey on Instagram as she follows most people in her class. And she notices that Audrey has a new post on her page. The post is a black screen with a very long description, and it's getting an unusual amount of engagement. Ton of likes, ton of comments. A lot of the comments are hearts or whatever. So immediately, Kate knows that something bad is happening, but normally she just expected it to be the loss of a family member or something like that. But when she starts reading the post goes something along the lines of like, I'm being diagnosed with a terminal illness. I don't know how much longer I have left to live. Like, the medical expenses are going to bankrupt my family. I have linked in my bio a GoFundMe. Any donations would be great, but they're not. At least, like, the least I ask is a repost. Donations would be great as well. However, I understand if you can't. Thank you guys for understanding my time of weakness, etc. So Kate starts, thinking to herself, oh my God, that's awful. I never knew Audrey that well. Kate was never very close with Audrey. Maybe she talked to her once or twice in class, but she never was really friends with her or had a close connection. However, it doesn't even matter. Whenever you just know someone, it's just even if you don't know them, it's just such an awful story that, of course, you're going to feel bad. So, Kate just feels terrible, right? Someone that is her age, kind of living a similar experience, doesn't have that much longer to live. Or so she thinks. You guys can read the title, goddamn. But at the same time, Kate's going on her Instagram, and she notices, she starts going through Instagram stories, and everyone's Instagram story is just reposting the GoFundMe. And when Kate clicks on the link to the GoFundMe, she's seeing the donations start to roll in. And it's $5, $10. She's seeing all of her classmates' names. She's seeing parents of the names of the names of the parents of some of her classmates. She's seeing even some teachers and faculty. This post was getting everywhere. Everyone was starting to learn about it. Kate honestly felt awful about the whole thing. However, for some reason Kate to this day still does not understand. She had a gut feeling that something was wrong, something was seriously wrong. And she just couldn't understand why. There was nothing with the post that was that suspicious. In retrospect, there was a lot of things that didn't add up, but it wasn't very clear at first. But for some reason, Kate just had this gut feeling that something was fishy about the whole thing. She was ignoring her gut feeling, being Kate, that's insensitive. This girl is obviously going through a lot. The audacity for me to even question it. She was really being hard on herself for even questioning something like that. But for some reason, Kate just felt like something was wrong, that something was off. And you see the title of the video, man. You know that she was right in the end, but she didn't understand why. So she called up one of her friends, and she was like, dude, did you see what happened with Audrey? And they were talking for a little bit about how terrible it is. And then her friend said something about I know this, don't take this the wrong way. And I know I'm going to sound like a terrible person for this, but I don't know. There's just something with the post. And Kate immediately is like, yeah, I was thinking the same thing. Obviously, I feel bad for her and I believe her, but there's just something weird going. I don't know. And both obviously Kate and her friend were kind of on the same wavelength, but they both didn't want to admit that they were on the same wavelength because, I don't know, when someone's going through something terrible like that, questioning them, why, who would even do something like that? To fake a terminal illness? Who would do that? I guess Audrey would, but they didn't know that at the time. Anyways, right, so days pass, and, the post is getting more likes and comments. But most importantly, right, the GoFundMe continues to rack up donations from families and friends that are just genuinely concerned, to the point where the GoFundMe has racked up almost like a little under $2,000 worth of donations, which is a crazy large amount of money. Yes, with like crazy medical bills and everything, that probably wouldn't even cover like a small percentage of it. However, just in general, $2,000 from your local community is a pretty large sum of money. And Kate still had a weird gut feeling about it. And so Kate decided that, she was going to go talk to her mom about that just because it was something, very important happening in the community. If it was true, and Kate still at this point believed it was true, just had a weird feeling about it, man. Just a little life advice from Connor. Whenever you have a gut feeling, bro, we've been evolving for thousands and thousands of years. There are some things, instincts, senses that, our kind of being has developed to understand things that our rational brain cannot understand. Don't do everything on a gut feeling, but sometimes a gut feeling is like, pay attention to it at a minimum. Anyways, back to the story. Speaking of gut, let's make that the secret word of the day. So comment gut, G-U-T, down below if you want to heart on your comment. I'll try and heart as many of those as possible. But anyways, so Kate, sits down with her mom and tells her everything, tells her about the GoFundMe, shows her the post, shows her all that. And Kate's mom is feeling terrible. Like, oh my God, like this is horrible. Like I've met Audrey's mom at like, I don't know, an event before, like a parent event or something. I honestly feel awful. Let me reach out to her. So this is where things begin to crumble because Kate's mom, is friends with Audrey's mom on Facebook. And, Kate was kind of like looking over, her mom's shoulder. And Kate's mom was like, that's weird. It looks like, because, Kate's mom goes to Audrey's mom's Facebook page, and she's like, oh, looks like Audrey's mom posted about a vacation that they went on 2 weeks ago. And Kate in her head is like, vacation? Well, that would be an explanation for why Audrey's been gone besides the thing she posted about. That's interesting. And Kate's mom was like, maybe she posted this because she didn't want people to wonder where they were. Like, I feel so bad. Let me text her right now, saying I feel so bad. So anyways, Kate's mom goes on Facebook and sends Audrey's mom a message over iMessage or Facebook Messenger or whatever, right? She basically says, I heard about what's happening with your daughter. I'm so sorry. If there's literally anything we can do, if you want a donation to the GoFundMe, if you want us to bring you food or whatever, right? We're here and we're here to help, whatever, right? And so Kate's mom immediately gets a response. She gets the 3 bubbles as soon as she sends it. And Kate's mom's like, oh, wow, Audrey's mom is replying fast. And Audrey's mom just replies with a couple question marks. And Kate immediately is like, something is not right here. And Kate's heart literally sinks when Audrey's mom replies, I have no idea what you're talking about. Audrey and I have been on vacation for the last week. And Kate's mom just looked at Kate's like, whoa. So Kate's mom starts reaching out to basically every other mom of the kids in the class, right? And they start talking about everything that's going on. And word spreads like wildfire about everything that happened, from Audrey's post to the $2,000 at GoFundMe to Audrey's mom confirming that she has no idea what they're even talking about and that, they just been on vacation. And, one of the girls in Kate's class goes on Instagram, makes a post about how Audrey had faked the entire thing and how the GoFundMe was $2,000 for something that wasn't even real. Everything started going viral. The post, viral in the small community. That post got more engagement than Audrey's original post. It was reposted everywhere. And after a couple days, Audrey made another post on her account. She made another post on her account, and she also deleted the previous post, claiming all the other stuff, where Audrey basically took accountability, saying, I apologize, I made the entire thing up, I've been on vacation for the last couple of weeks, I will individually refund everyone who donated to the GoFundMe, I apologize for all the pain I caused the community, period. And every other post on her account was taken down. It was literally just that. And to Kate's knowledge, Audrey did refund everybody that donated, all the families, all the people. And Audrey, even though she was only gone for vacation, not actually had some terrible illness, right? Even though she was only gone on vacation for 2 weeks, Audrey never ended up returning to the school. To be fair, it was senior year of high school, I'm pretty sure, so it's not as if, and I think it was the spring term as well. So it wasn't as if she just dropped out like freshman fall or something. But at the same time, she never ended up returning to school. I think she still found a way to get the diploma, but I'm not 100% sure about that. Maybe she just did like GED or something. But yeah, Audrey never returned to school for obvious reasons, and apparently like the entire family relocated and everything to like get a fresh start. And to this day, Kate has no idea why Audrey did what she did, and honestly, neither do I. Click on the video on screen right now. I know you'll enjoy it. Just click it, do it.